Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Takagakin Gaming with episode 2. When we left off, we were in the kitchen with a big dwarf and a little goblin, and a completely oblivious adventurer wondering what on earth he's supposed to do with the bodies that he's been given.
Yeah. All right, so guess we'll get right to it. So, first things first, what do you want to do?
Well, dump the bodies and look at the two, try and figure out who is the person that's actually more likely to respond to me if I start talking to them.
All right, so you have a very, very old dwarf and a goblin that's missing an ear. Make a sense motive check.
I'm not completely terrible at these. You know? Just a -4.
Just a -4.
Alright. Okay. I rolled a 5 for a total of 1.
You're like, yeah, that dwarf really seems like he's up to scratch.
Alright. Well then, considering I have quite a few languages at my disposal, I'm going to speak to him in dwarf and go, "Hey buddy, do you mind if I start cooking these? I think there was an order from the captain that they needed more food."
What?
I'm just gonna give him a thumbs up and go, "Yeah!"
Yeah. He's gonna go, what?
I'm gonna look at the goblin and speaking goblin and go, "I guess he's hard of hearing?"
She's gonna look at you and go, he's completely deaf.
I see. I'm just gonna wave, give him the thumbs up again, and look at the goblin and saying, "Goblin, hey, do you mind if I start cooking these?"
She's gonna go, do you know how to cook these?
Look at them and go, "Good point. Not really. Can't be that difficult."
She's gonna go, you better leave it to the professionals.
Can I watch?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need me, I'll be in the upper deck.
She's going to look at you with a little bit of spite.
Just look back at RJ. My character would not understand the spite thing, so thumbs up and then leave.
Making friends.
Making friends. Hey, it's not like you can make any enemies if you don't see any of it.
Alright, so as you start making your way back, the boat starts to sway a little more than usual.
I'm going to point out that I wouldn't notice that, would I now?
Like it tries to knock you off balance more than once, so you kind of can't like notice it.
Slam to the wall. Ah! Man, I must have tripped. Slam to the other wall. Ah! Wow, I don't know how I did that one. I'm still gonna make my way up to the deck.
Yes, but are you gonna make your way to the deck any faster, or are you just leisurely strolling back?
Well, I'm just gonna ask, if I tried to go any faster, would I get lost?
There's a small chance you do.
Alright, then I'm running.
Okay. Make a wisdom check.
Oh, this is gonna be very beautiful. I rolled a 5 again. A total of 2.
Yeah, you actually somehow get lost.
I got slammed into a wall and must have been the way I came.
Okay, you start hearing some crunching noises.
Ah, man. Clearly those boys I left behind must have been a lot tougher than I thought they were.
Yep, clearly.
Clearly. Like wood creaking. Man, those bone saws! Or is it mallets? Probably mallets.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep running. Eventually, there's gonna be a stairway going up.
Make another wisdom check.
Hey, I rolled a 7 now. Believe that would be a total of 4.
Okay, you don't really seem to be finding the stairs.
How far down am I?
Well, there's only 2 decks.
Ah, okay, cool. How
You are in a place with
strong
a
is
lot of
the
books.
wood?
Hmm?
How strong is the ceiling?
Well, you can try to burst through the floor.
I'm actually going to hold off on that idea. Not because my guy wouldn't think about it and he would be like, yeah, I'm going to do it. It's probably because he would then go, wait, if I break this, I'm probably going to have to pay for it.
Oh yeah, you most definitely would have to pay for it.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I'm a truthful man and I wouldn't hurt anybody's property if I didn't have good cause. Clearly, it's just the ship rocking because of all the waves. I'm going to take my time now and just make sure I manage to make my way up.
Right.
This is ridiculous.
Given that you're taking your time, make an intelligence check.
Oh, well, this is not going to go quite that badly. I rolled a 5.
So, how much in total?
Well, that's a total of 7. It's better than the other one.
Yeah, well, DC was 5, so you kind of make your way. You go like, wait, I'm going in the completely the wrong way.
You know what it is he's probably run around circles for like, I don't know, 10 minutes and then gone, wait a minute, I'm being stupid. I'm clearly past this door at least twice.
Yeah, pretty much. So you open the thing, go up. I'm not gonna make you roll perception because this is effectively obvious. You see both Forhagen and Jin fighting a very large worm. It's kind of blue, and it's gargantuan in size.
Would I know if it speaks any of the languages I speak? Or is it just Draconic?
Mm, it's the this creature. What? Okay, I think it's an Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Arcane, knowledge arcane.
Knowledge arcane. Alright. Hopefully, this is not going to be as abysmal. Wow, the dice roll has not given me a single value above 10. Rolled a 4 for a total of 13.
Yeah, no, these things, whilst magical in nature, are not intelligent. In fact, they're actually slightly more stupid than a normal animal.
Ugh. Well then, I'm gonna run it. Should I roll initiative?
Yeah, roll initiative. I mean, the initiative order already is kind of predetermined because these things were already fighting.
Yeah, but I'm guessing I would just be slotted between one of those. Well, I rolled a 12 for a total of 14.
14, okay. So, what's going to happen is initiative order is going to be your 2 allies, then you, then the worm.
Alright. I'm guessing this thing is not very fast.
Not particularly. So, first bits first. Let's see what does Hagen get. Well, he hits twice. And all right, so you see your Oni masked ally try to claw at this creature a couple of times and kick it, landing one good hit with his hands and one good hit with his feet. And as he pulls out his limbs from the creature, you can see quite a bit of blood coming out of the worm. So that's his turn. Now, the purple-dressed man is gonna go. He tries to stab the worm twice, but actually only manages to hit it once. Damage. Oh, okay. For not inconsiderable amount of damage. But you see that it's not bleeding anywhere near as much.
So I'm guessing that this creature is slightly hard, not enough for it to be driven back anytime soon.
Yeah, not particularly.
All right. So I'm guessing it's now my turn.
Yep.
How far is this thing from me?
From where you emerged at the deck, it's about 70 feet away.
Okay, so I'm going to charge it because I have a speed of 60 feet. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I can charge, reach it, and then do is it
Get one attack.
one attack or two attacks? Because I have the two-handed feet.
Yeah, well, okay, 2 for that one.
Okay. So. Let's see this. Oh. Okay. I rolled pretty good here. Okay. Is a 30...
Yeah, 30 something
a
hits.
hit. All
30
right.
something definitely hits.
Well, I might have crit because I rolled a 19 and I have a crit range of 19 to 20, so...
Well,
Uh, it's a 23 a confirm.
no, 23 is just slightly too low.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's just 2 regular hits.
Alright, well, roll damage.
Okay, so... actually, does this thing have DR?
No.
Okay. I'm just asking because I want to roll the thing.
Yeah, just roll. It doesn't have DR.
Okay, so I've dealt 41 straight damage, and then uh 4 and a 1 for the bleed damage, but I don't know how that works.
Okay. Well, we'll keep bleed because bleed happens at the start of its round, so you deal the damage when you hit it with the bleed. At the start of its round, it gets the bleed damage again.
Okay, well, the total amount of bleed damage from the 2 attacks was 5. But I don't know if they stack or not, so that's why I'm telling you the numbers.
Yeah, no, well, one makes it that itself doesn't stack with the other one, so you only get the one.
Okay, well, the first that I rolled was 4, and the second one I rolled was 1, so I don't know how you want to do
So
this.
it takes 4.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's quite hurt at this point.
Well, 41 damage on the punch.
Now, given that it it saw you run at it and deal way more damage than the other two have been dealing to it for a while, it's going to try to attack you.
Okay.
So first, okay, let's see the two. Ooh. All right, so it tries to hit you with a stinger, but misses.
Mm-hmm.
But I am pretty sure that 45 is a hit.
Let me just check. I believe it is a hit as well. Yeah, that is a hit.
Right. That's because it rolled a natural 20. So let's see if. Okay. To confirm, is a 39 a hit?
1 second, because just trying to figure out because get a additional bit of AC when trying to confirm. I think it was 4. Yeah. So just go to how much you rolled again?
39.
Okay, that does confirm. Unfortunately.
Okay. Well, this is gonna be interesting.
But I get the R2, so it's not that bad.
Um. Well, we shall see.
We shall see. This might end up being a short game.
Okay. 21 plus 33. Okay, so after your DR, you take 64 points of damage.
Ooh, that hurts.
And what's your CMD?
CMD is 30.
Wow. Yeah, so it's grappled you in its mouth.
Actually, that's more beneficial to me than not.
So
I'm going to ask, did the damage come from me being grappled?
no, it
Okay.
came from it biting you.
All right, because this is something important for me to point out. I have DR10/nothing against non-lethal and was being grappled.
Fair enough.
Just saying. I don't know if I get my attacks though once I'm grappled.
Yeah, you do because you're not wielding heavy weapons or two-handed weapons.
Yeah, but I don't think I can flurry once I'm grappled, can I?
No,
Okay.
but you can punch it.
I can punch it.
So your allies go. Okay, so your red dressed ally hits the thing for another fair amount of damage. But obviously, since you're grappled, you can't really see what they're doing. You're just feeling the punches on the creature.
Just the rippling. It's like, actually, would I even feel the rippling? I'm just assuming they're trying to attack it.
And you kind of feel it a little.
You know what it is? It's the I believe in my friends. I mean, those guys aren't my friends, but you know what?
But you know what?
It's fine.
Then purple dress guy goes. He doesn't hit at all. So back to your turn.
Okay. I'm because bleed doesn't stack on this thing. I'm just going to do a base set of attacks. So in total, I get 4. Interesting.
Just roll.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Is a 19 a miss?
What? On its AC?
Yeah.
19 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a miss.
The next one I believe would be 21.
Also a miss.
28.
That's a hit.
Okay, well then I've hit twice.
Alright. Just for simplicity's sake, I'll tell you what its AC is now. It's AC 26.
All right. Well, I've done another 40 straight up damage to this thing, and then I does the bleed from my punches still count as damage here?
You have one that allows it to go through, but I don't know if that's the one you're using.
That's not the one that I used. I used the regular bleed that I used in the previous round.
Then
No, but I'm asking, like, do I get the additional die this set or not?
I mean, you still technically do the bleed damage now, and then
All right.
it gets one bleed on its turn.
Okay, well, I get another total of 4 additional damage from the bleed dice. But the original bleed was higher, so...
Alright. So how much bleed damage total?
Okay, so... I did 5 total bleed damage last round, and I did 4 additional bleed damage this round, but I don't think those, like, the bleed doesn't continue. I think it's just the 5 that continues.
Yeah, it's only the 5 that continues.
Oh, this thing must be quite hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of hit points at the moment. But it is its turn. So, what's your CMD?
Wait 1 second. Oh, actually, I forgot to add a couple of modifiers here. Oh no, I don't get anything additional for grapples. So my CMD is 30.
Okay. Yeah, this thing's basically swallowed you now.
Even if it swallows me, I still get the DR.
Do you still get the DR?
Yeah,
you're
because
not grappled at that point. You're
No, because the way it works is it counts as you being pinned, and pinned is still considered as grappled.
All right.
At least from what I understand of the rules. I might be wrong.
Well, you're gonna get the damage. And you get DR 10, right?
Yeah.
So take 26 points of damage after DR.
I am really beat up. I mean, I'm still alive, but... Ugh.
He's still alive!
I've taken, like, over half my hit points in damage.
Yeah, well, it did crit you, and,
Yeah, that's where most of the damage came from.
you know? So, back at the top of the round, let's see how well your allies are doing. Okay. Okay, so this time around he's done much better. He's hit 3 times. A little low on the damage side. So you feel the worm getting punched a couple of times. You swear you kind of see a hole poking into the stomach for a second before it closes.
Mm. Wait, does this thing have regeneration? Would I know that?
It doesn't. You haven't seen anything.
Ah.
Uh,
So just the strong stomach muscles.
Yeah.
Although, I will point out that stops once it's dead.
Oh, yeah. That definitely stops when it's dead. Your human ally, well, the second ally, the purple one, tries to hit but fails.
I will say that the other ally, as far as I'm aware, is also human.
It's also human. Well, you assume they're both human. And finally, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna have to do what I did again. I mean, I'm assuming I can still punch it, or do I have to try to escape from this?
No, you can punch it. I mean, you can try to escape by cutting your way out, or
But
like
I
you
don't
can
have any
punch it from
blades,
the
so
inside
yeah.
and give it like internal hemorrhaging. I will tell you though, it is technically a lot easier to hit in the inside.
Okay, so the lowest value that I rolled
Well, let's say
would be a 16.
that doesn't hit.
Uh, okay, so a 17 I'm assuming doesn't hit either.
No.
Would a 26 hit?
Yes, 26 hits.
Okay, so that's another 2 hits with what I
Roll
was doing
damage.
before. Okay. Okay, so I've done 43 regular damage and 8 from the bleed dice.
Okay. Right. So, given that the total amount of damage you need to do to cut your way out is 20 HP, and you did double that, yeah, you're going to burst through the creature. And you also kill it in the process.
I'm gonna land on the deck, try to sort of wipe the blood and juices off my robes. Look at the other 2 guys and then go. I might need to go to the infirmary. I'm not feeling very well.
Okay. I'll have you make a perception check.
What, to find the infirmary or to see if something else is going on?
To see if something else is going on.
Wow. I rolled a 17. That is really good.
Total of?
Well, I mean, 8, but hey.
Total of 8. Wow. Yeah, no, you don't notice anything. So you basically burst out of the stomach of the creature and make your way towards the infirmary.
I can imagine it's like, oh my god, you're covered in blood. It's like, I hope not all of it's mine.
So, make an intelligence check to see if you can find.
Oh, not this again.
In check.
I know, but I can just imagine my character going like, all right, all you have to do is find the infirmary. Can't be that difficult. Okay, I rolled a 6, and with my int, that's a total of 8.
You're looking around, not finding anything.
Don't make me do a perception check. That's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, no, actually, the reason why I made you do an in check is because this ship doesn't have an infirmary.
You see, that's why I'm probably gonna be running around in circles for a while.
Oh yeah, no, for a very long time.
Like, I swear it was around here somewhere.
Just leaving behind a trail of warm blood and juice.
Yeah. I can imagine at one point he goes like, whoa, I almost slipped there. Someone has to clean the floor.
Yes. Making such a mess.
Well, after probably running around for, I don't know, half an hour, he's just gonna go, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to the deck and I'm gonna have to rest there, because...
Okay, so you make you make your way back to the top of the deck. At which point, you're, well, what would you notice? Make a perception check. It's a very low DC, but
I rolled a 15, but I have a -9, so that's a total of 6.
You only needed 5. So you do in fact notice this.
Just barely.
So barely. So basically, you have the captain, the first mate, Fragan, Jin, and someone you haven't seen before, all kind of talking around the carcass of the giant worm.
I'm gonna walk over and go, "Hey guys, do you know where the infirmary is?"
Everyone's just going to look at you like you just stepped into a conversation that was not just important, but also because they know there isn't one. They're like, what are you on about?
I just gonna go. Look, I just got eaten and burst out of that. Like, come on.
Look at it. Well, Captain Cass is gonna go. That was like 40 minutes ago.
I know. I've been trying to find.
She's gonna go. Look, just sit down, and when we finish talking, I'll have one of the crew to come and patch you up.
All right, my guy's gonna sit down. Probably poke. He's probably gonna sit down on the creature and then probably poke at it a few times.
It's gargantuan. It's bigger than you by quite a bit.
I know, so I can sit on its head without problem.
So are you going to like climb up it and then sit on the head?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, high intelligence means like I realize that if I go at high elevation, it's gonna be easier for people to spot me.
Yeah. What was your wisdom again?
That's a negative.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Up the eye of the thing.
So, are you paying attention as to what is being said?
Okay. I'm sure my character would try, but considering how oblivious he is, he probably would be tuning in and out quite a bit.
Okay, make a will save. We'll call it just for concentration purposes.
Okay. Well, my will's not terrible. Alright, so that would be a total of 14. Although, if it's concentration, does that count as a mind-affecting effect?
No.
Alright, then that would be a total of 14.
Okay, so you're, like there's nothing else going around, so it's pretty easy to pay attention to what's going on. So what you gather is that the new person that's there, they look like a young male human with like a very flamboyant outfit that's been pretty much torn because, well, as you slowly find out, they were inside the worm at the same time as you were. You don't know why they weren't basically just crushed into a mulch.
Well, the new guy.
Yeah, the new guy. Fancy kind of piratish clothes. Anyway, they as you keep talking, you basically figure out that they're called Captain Keelmast, and the name kinda seems a little familiar to you, but like,
Could I roll to see if I know more about this?
make a knowledge local.
1 second. Okay, would 22 be enough?
Well, it'll be enough to give you some information. Keelmast is actually quite a renowned pirate. You know that he travels continuously between all four continents. He's more of a scoundrel than a villain. From what you hear, he doesn't tend to do particularly evil things, just more like he takes very valuable artifacts and then tends to do something really weird with them and then gives them to someone else and goes on another adventure. Like, that seems to be his MO.
Mm-hmm.
From other things that you've heard about him, Wherever he goes, trouble tends to gather, and a lot of trouble.
I can imagine my character thinking about that, going like, "Huh, I wonder if he caused this thing to pop onto the ship."
Well, I mean, maybe.
Maybe. I can imagine the character just going like, "Nah, it must be a coincidence. Must be a coincidence."
Just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. Any other things that you know about him? Well, even though he calls himself captain, more than half the time he doesn't actually have a crew or a ship. Because trouble keeps popping up with him. Everyone else that he's with tends to die. You know, and it's usually just him that survives. This is not always the case. There has been, one or two stories that you've heard of him where, he and someone else or two other people or three other people survive. And then they tend to depart very quickly.
I can imagine my character thinking, it's like, huh, this might be a guy to follow. Get places. And then like a tiny little voice in his head going, is that smart? Then him going, yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Nothing could go wrong. No.
Nothing could go wrong.
Yeah. So as you're listening to this conversation, you hear that he's talking about a particularly interesting object that he has in his hand. It looks basically like a cannonball, but instead of the black kind of iron, it's a very smooth, very reflective kind of almost like metallic, but it's kind of like slightly blue, so you can't really tell what it's made out of. But you can see that inside of this sphere, there's lots of little dots. And he keeps referring to this thing as the planar orrery.
Can I roll to see if I know what that is?
Make a knowledge. You can do either a knowledge history check or a knowledge religion check.
Could I do both?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So you said knowledge, religion,
History and religion.
Huh. I don't think I have history, actually. I thought I put it down.
Yeah. Well,
Huh.
I don't know.
I have religion, though, so I rolled a 14, and then I rolled a 6.
Well, let's assume the 6 is the history because you don't have it.
Yeah. So I probably don't get any information on that. But the other one, I have a +9, so that would be a total of 23.
Okay, so from the knowledge religion, this artifact, first, it's an artifact. It's quite a powerful object. It's actually a particularly important religious object, but not of any particular faith. If anything, this object was created to be like a bridge between faiths. It's a collaboration between multiple high-level clerics working together from different faiths to create it. What it is a map of the planes in time as they are, and the map will change depending on how the planes change. It's not particularly useful for just a normal person because it's way more useful for people who have the ability to transverse into the planes by making it a much safer and more accurate way to travel.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So I might listen for a bit, and then if I get the opportunity, I kind of want to try and talk to him before he leaves.
Well, from the conversation, basically, he's stuck with you guys until you reach port.
I mean, like the area. So like, if the others start to disperse, I'll try to talk to him.
Oh, okay. Basically, they're having a bit of a debate on to whether or not they should keep him or throw him into the ocean, because they also know that he's a person who tends to bring trouble. And he says that he has a mission that's very important, that he has to take the orrery back to the continent, because something you can't quite work out what exactly, because he tends to avoid the specifics. But he's saying that it's a very important mission, and the world may depend on him succeeding, and blah blah blah. The others are not 100% convinced, but they seem to be letting it slide.
Um, my character's going to interrupt then, and he's going to go look to the guy with the ori. You may want to come clean here, because look, if you don't do what we ask and answer all the questions truthfully, I might as well just punch you, kill you, and then lob your body out of the boat. But I believe that you're probably trying to do the right thing, so come on. Give us all the details. Don't beat about the bush.
Okay. Are you going to be doing this as an intimidation or diplomacy?
Diplomacy. I'm trying to be friendly.
Okay, roll diplomacy.
I rolled a 2. But that's still a total of 15. So,
Okay, not terrible, but
like, I probably shouldn't have mentioned about punching Kim and killing him. That probably didn't work out.
yeah. You have a feeling that he's more apprehensive than anything else about what you just said. But his stance doesn't seem to have changed in any way. So,
What are the others thinking about this? Like, can I tell?
make a sense motive?
Oh, that's not really going to work out, is it?
No.
Hey, rolled a 10. For a total of 6.
Yeah, no, you think that they're quite approving of you butting into the conversation.
Well, the thing is, if the debate is about throwing him into the ocean, I can just imagine my character just going like, you know what, to just jump out, grab the ori from him.
Are you going to do that?
No.
Okay.
My character's just gonna go like to the rest of the group, just go like, look, this is a very simple thing. If he doesn't speak, just throw him overboard.
He's going to look at you guys and go, look, I've told you everything I can.
My character's gonna look at him and go, I wasn't listening to everything because I came in late, but why can't you say the other bits? Curse?
He's gonna go, not a curse, but I've promised certain people that I wouldn't divulge information about this. It's very sensitive in nature, and well, if we're not careful, wars could even start over this.
Can you imagine my character going like, wars. Oh yeah, probably my country. Yeah, I thought that they would probably go to war for this. Yeah, that's definitely makes sense. Hey, little guy, spill the beans
Why are you saying little guy?
to the captain with the orrery.
He's like look, I can't tell you any more about this. Uh, all I can say is that if you let me stay here and we get to shore, I will reward you handsomely, and you'll never have to see me again.
Just okay. I'm sure this is another send motive, but I'm wondering like how the others are taking this.
Okay, make 2 separate sense motive checks.
Okay, I rolled a 4, so that'll be like a 0, and then I rolled a 20, which would be like 16.
Okay, so you can't tell what your, what Faragan and Jin are thinking at all. You, like, you have no idea. The captain,
Blank faces. It's like, oh man, those guys are great at hiding their emotions.
the captain of the ship and the first mate, they are worried because they know the stories of Captain Killmast. But the prospect of getting paid seems to have gotten them on his side, at least for now.
Okay, I'm going to try and convince the guy with the orrery that he might as well pay what he can now to, if he wants to stay on ship and, uh, you know, not cause more troubles. And then I'm going to suggest to the captain that, hey, if we're going to keep this guy, we may want to just lock him up in one of the lower levels so that, like, he doesn't cause trouble, and we know that those that might be looking for him don't actually spot him on the
All right,
deck.
well, make 2 separate diplomacy checks. The first is to convince him to pay, and then the second is to convince the captain to keep him in the quarters.
I rolled a natural 20 and a natural 1.
Okay, so Captain Killmass is going to be like, okay, fair. That's fair. He's going to rummage through his shirt, and then he's gonna pull out a bag that you're not entirely sure where he was keeping it because it was underneath his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to hand that to the captain, who is going to open the bag and see that it's full of, like, very nice, highly polished gems. You're not entirely sure if these are real, though. Like, they look a little weird.
Mm.
But she seems happy with them, so she's taking that as payment. Then you try to convince the captain to lock him up, at which point she agrees, but she says that he's going to stay in your room and you're going to keep an eye on him.
It's just like thumbs up, and then you're like, wait, this is a terrible idea. You know what would happen is my character's saying that's a terrible idea as everybody else is walking away.
Yeah, pretty much. And she tells you to take him to your room, and that she'll send for the healing team to go to your room.
Alright, I take him to my room.
He doesn't really seem to be complaining a lot.
And once we reach my room, I'm gonna sit down and I'm going to ask him a whole bunch of questions that are not about that orb or how he got it, but of sort of like trying to find if he has contacts in the other continent that I could use, or if he would be interested in me being part of his employee, because like I don't really have any reason or anything to do in the other continent. Like my character still doesn't even know where he's actually heading, technically.
All right, make up just a straight up charisma check.
Oh, this is not going to end great. Ah, well, I rolled a 5, and the guy doesn't have double charisma. So it'll be a total of 8.
Um, you seem to be trying to start a conversation, but he seems to be like not really. He doesn't want to talk to you.
You just imagine my character going, still too rattled because I threatened him. Happens all the time where I'm from.
Yeah, no, actually, he's just going to tell you he's very tired. He's been inside that worm for like a day.
That is pretty impressive.
He's gonna go, well, I have my ways.
My guy's gonna go, okay, you stay there and sleep, pointing at like a mattress.
Well, if I remember correctly, your room didn't have anything in it.
No, it didn't.
So you're like, well, you can sleep over there. It's not really a mattress, it's just a patch of floor.
No, I can imagine my character being like courteous and like taking off like his top rope and then putting it like down like a mattress and going, you can sleep on the mattress. And it's just this rope on the floor that's still covered in blood.
Yeah, like a gun-covered robe. He's going to go, yeah, you know what, I'd rather just sleep on my own over there.
It's like, that's fine.
It's away from you.
It's my character's gonna keep an eye on him. Try to, although my character's not that stupid, so he's gonna sit like right in front of the door, and he's going to be using his hands just to try and clean his stuff, just like pull all the liquids to like a little pile.
Right in front of the door.
Yum.
The door that swings inwards.
You see, I know what I'm doing. I'm laying booby traps.
Okay, so after maybe an hour, the door opens, slams into you, and then the person who was trying to come in slips on the pool of slime that you created just in front of the door.
Can I try and catch them?
Make a reflex save?
Okay, yeah, I could try that. Okay, would a total of 18 be enough?
Yeah, you catch them. So the first time you look at the person that was trying to come in, unfortunately you didn't catch everything they were holding, just them. You see a about middle-aged female elf. She's wearing very plain clothes, just a tunic and a dress, kind of off-white. She was carrying a whole bunch of like bandages and like a tray of water and whatnot, but that is now all on the floor.
I'm going to apologize very sincerely enough and say that I didn't think this thing through, but I was trying to guard the prisoner, pointing to the guy.
Pointed to the guy. He's just fast asleep. she's not really sure what's going on. She's like, I came here to help you, because apparently you were wounded.
Show the newest. Actually, I'm guessing my character's still quite hard, considering that.
Yeah, you got like big holes in your stomach from the teeth.
Okay, so
Because
I've suffered 90 damage in total.
Yeah, basically, because it's a worm, so its mouth is basically just full of teeth. It's like effectively you were pushed into an Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like I look. I'm a little hurt. I might be a little delirious. I'm still all in elf. Just going like I'm terribly sorry.
She's like, just let me do my job.
Yes, ma'am. Right this way. Careful with the floor. It's still
She's
slippery.
going to nod and try to not slip again on the pool of slime that you've made.
Well, my character's not exactly clean, but he's now cleaner than he was.
So she's gonna have to go out and get more water because obviously she spilled the water that she was carrying before. So she'll leave, she'll come back, she'll clean off a lot better than you were doing the slime. Apply some ointments and patch you up. Let's see how well she does this. Well, she's relatively competent at this. So, basically, it means that you're going to heal. Check quickly what the rules of heal is. Because this is not magical, obviously.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, it's like, oh, they can't even afford a simple wand of healing. These poor people.
Well, they might, but I don't think they're going to be using it on you.
Like, hey, come on, I saved the crew. Maybe.
Maybe.
The thing is, I can imagine my character just going like, did I actually save the crew? I haven't seen anyone for a while.
Okay. So basically, as long as you rest for the rest of the day, and possibly the day, like half of tomorrow, you'll be able to heal 4 hit points per level. So that'd be like a total of 40.
Yeah. Well, my character's going to just... I mean, like, after she leaves, he's just going to lie next to the door.
Uh-huh.
So that there's no way to open the door without going through him.
Slamming into him.
Yeah. Presumably there aren't any windows here, actually, are they?
There's a window, but it doesn't open. It's just a circular hole with glass in it.
Ah, okay.
So you can see the outside. It's not very big. So even if you broke the window, you wouldn't be able to go through. You'd at best be able to put your arm in through.
Yeah, so I'm going like, okay, I'm just going to rest by the door and just try to heal.
Yeah.
So you said I could heal up to 40?
Yep, up to 40 hit points.
Okay. Can I subtract the... Can I heal the 40 now?
You're not really going to be doing anything else for the rest of the day. You're just going to be staying in the room and resting, right?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, sure.
Okay. So I only have 90 hit points left. Even as I went one... Okay, so there's still 50 hit points that I'm missing.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It's fine.
Especially because I don't need to eat. Ring of Sustenance.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder how needing to go to the bathroom works when I haven't actually eaten anything for a very long time.
Well, with the Ring of Sustenance, you don't have to go to the bathroom as long as you're not eating stuff.
I don't guess I've actually eaten anything for quite some time, so...
You will notice that... Actually, would you notice?
No!
I think that's a perception check.
If you say you would notice, like, no, the answer is no, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Do you want me to roll anyway?
Roll, but I don't think you would notice this.
I rolled a 16. That's a total of 5. If
Yeah,
it wasn't
no,
obvious.
It's just this fact passes you completely.
Yeah.
Anyway, so during the night, obviously you do sleep only for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's the middle of the night. You haven't quite gone to sleep yet. It's not quite your 2-hour sleep schedule time. When suddenly the orb that Captain Keelmast was holding starts to glow. This is obvious, okay? The room it went from, basically no light, as in you just had the tiny amount of starlight and moonlight from the outside lighting the area, to basically the equivalent of the brightness of day.
I can imagine my guy going, "Oh, is it morning already? I don't feel like I've slept any."
Well,
Wait a
you
minute.
haven't slept any.
But the thing is, I can imagine my guy going like, "Wait a minute, something's off here." He then slowly looks all the way around the room until he sees the orb shining. And then it takes like 2 seconds to go, "Oh, that's the oh wait. That might
So
not be good."
the orb rolls to the middle of the room, and Captain Keelmast has basically, quite frightful, in a panic, try to push himself into the corner as far away from the orb as possible.
My guy's just gonna look over at him and go, "Look, this is what I mean with you have to come clean. Otherwise, things will bite you in the ass."
As you say that, the orb starts to get noticeably hotter. You can now feel quite an intense heat coming off the orb, and you can start seeing it singeing the floorboards.
Okay. Do I need to make a roll to see what's happened, like why this would be happening, or could I make some assumptions?
Well, you don't know why this is happening, because the orb doesn't usually do this, and there are no, like I can tell you without rolling, there are no stories or anything like that of that happening.
My character's probably going to look at the guy and go, "What is this really?"
As you say that, you see the orb starts to sprout like big rings of like liquid metal, like mercury,
Mhm.
and it starts to float up, and you can see that it's starting to make lots of little shapes and um, like little planets orbiting around like a central mass.
Mhm.
Um, and then you see the captain going, "Oh no, 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 no!" And then you start seeing lots of little tiny pinpoint little spheres coming out of the central orb.
I might look at the captain and go, "Hey, I think this is important. I think it's trying to tell you something. Now, you ought to tell it to me, because otherwise we could be in a big pile of trouble." Come on,
Okay,
friend.
are you intimidating him or are you diplomating him?
I'm diplomacy game. I'm going like, "Look, the only person that can help you out here is me."
Okay, roll it.
I rolled a 6, so that will be a total of 19.
Uh, okay, so he looks at you and he goes, "Oh, this is bad. I thought we had more time." And then he shows you the little dots that are appearing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, "Each one of those little dots that you see, that's a brand new demi-plane that has just appeared on the multiverse."
I'm guessing there's quite a few of these.
Yeah, I mean it's in the thousands.
My guy is going to look at him and go, "Okay, why would demi-planes be sprouting out of nowhere?"
He's going to look at you and go, I don't know why. Just that, and as he's like trying to figure out a way to explain to you, the boat gets rocked very violently. And as this happens, the orb is going to shoot out a beam straight up into the sky, breaking the roof that you were in, and revealing that the night sky is actually completely covered in auroras that are both sickly and disturbing as they are beautiful.
My guy is going to look over at him and go, see, if you had said something earlier, we may have been able to avoid this. But you're paying for the roof.
He's gonna he's gonna go, no, you don't understand. My mission was to take the orb before this happened back to the temple.
Just gotta look at him and go, well, you probably wanted to have a teleportation spell. Just saying.
He said, well, does it look like I can cast magic?
You could pay for the boat. If this was so important, they could have given you a bit more money and actually you could have paid a high-level wizard to do it.
He's going to, like, look at you, then, like, look at you, give you, like, that squint of, oh, you, then completely ignore you and look at what the orb is doing. And as you can see, that laser light show that it used to destroy the roof, it's actually a projection. So, do you have knowledge planes?
I do have knowledge planes.
Roll knowledge planes.
You know, part of what this guy happened is that he probably got given the option. I might need to check why I don't have history, because I swear I should have been able to have history. Anyway, so I rolled a 13, so that would be a total of 22.
Okay. So, from what you can see, the orb is showing you is that a common knowledge about the plane, so from scholars, so none of the just any body, but of people who have studied these things, is that you have the material plane, and then, like, sandwiched on the material plane is the ethereal plane and the shadow plane. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And they're usually depicted in very stylized ways, just so people can figure out what they're talking about. So the orb is using that kind of stylization, but you can see that there's a layer that's forming of these new demi-planes that are appearing between the material plane and the shadow plane / ethereal plane. Sort of like if these little tiny demi-planes are pushing apart the material from the ethereal and the shadow plane.
I can imagine my character just thinking like, alright, this is going to be a problem. He's going to look at the captain and go, okay, look, boss, we need to fix this. I don't think putting the orb back into the temple is going to be enough for this. So what's the plan?
He's gonna go, well, unfortunately, I don't really know too much of what was going on. I just know that we had to give the orb to the temple as soon as possible because, well, you see, there's a prophecy. There's a prophecy that said that terrible things were going to happen, and it would all start with, and he points into the sky.
My guy's just going to look at that and go, well, let's assume that this is going to be the case. Did the prophecy specifically state that the world would end?
He's going to give you like this shrug of like, look, I don't really even know what the prophecy says.
My guy's just going to shake his head and go, like, look, this is why it's important to always know the facts before you do anything.
He's gonna go, well, you see, I was hired to go and find the orb and bring it back. The people who hired me, unfortunately, didn't survive the worm.
My guy's just gonna look around and go, look, maybe you want to hire a real bodyguard? Just saying. I'm up for the task.
I don't know if that's going to matter. We may have bigger problems.
My guy's gonna go, true, but it seems like you're one of the few people that can actually solve this.
He's gonna look a little happy that you said that. A little flattered. But as that's happening, why don't you give me a perception check?
Again.
Yep.
Well, I rolled a 19. Wow. Total of 10.
Total of 10.
So if it was moderately obvious, I might have seen it.
Might have seen it.
Like, if anyone is trying to hide it, like, no, they've hidden it.
Yeah. So, well, okay, how's this going to work out?
Yeah. If it makes it any better for you, I just say I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, you obviously didn't see it. I'm gonna check if he sees it though. Okay, no, yeah, he definitely sees it. So, how it's going to play out is, so you were talking to him, he's suddenly going to go grab the orb and like stuff it under his shirt. As that happens, these creatures are going to come out of the sky, and two of them are going to attack you, and two of them are going to attack him.
Is this a surprise attack?
Yes.
Oh, well, then I did. Like, oh, God, I see this coming.
Oh. So he gets hit. So
Hello?
he gets hit once, and you get hit once. Because
Oh.
I don't know why I keep rolling natural 20s against you.
Ah!
Is a 27 a hit on your
Give me a second.
flat-footed AC? But it is a confirmation.
No, because I have a dodge of 2 and a dex of 2 for my AC, but I get +4 on the confirmation,
Okay.
and my natural AC is 29.
So, nope. So they don't confirm. So you take 10 points of damage, and the little captain takes 12 points of damage. So a little hard.
Do you want to roll initiative, or should we just roll with, like, they hit, like, I would immediately realize?
Yeah. So it'll be initiative round now.
All right, let's roll. I got a total of 13.
Total of 13.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're probably
Okay,
gonna
so
go first.
It's going to be the captain first, then these creatures, and then you.
Me.
Okay, just so you know what you're fighting. Basically, you're fighting these humanoid things that have bat-like wings and like little tails that are just black all over.
Can
And
I do a quick check to see what they are? Because I have a suspicion I would know.
yeah, I think it's knowledge planes for these things.
Okay, I rolled a 12, so that would be a total of, let's see, 21.
Well, these monstrosities are known as night gods.
I had a suspicion.
Yeah, uh, they're basically evil creatures from beyond the stars.
They don't bleed, do they?
They can actually. They're not immune to bleed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you're fighting four of them in total.
How far away are they from me? Like all of them?
Well, so two are literally next to you, and then two are about 10 feet away.
Okay.
Next to the good old captain.
All right.
But first things first, the captain is going to go. Now, being a man of action, he is going to take out his weapon, which he can do as a swift action. And he's going to hit one of them as his standard attack action. So, well, actually, he gets to draw both his weapons. So he takes out. He's got like a little cutlass and a little dagger, but in his panic, he fails to hit.
This is why you need steely resolve, man.
Steely resolve. Now the night gods. Yeah, they get a lot of attacks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I might be dead. Just
Well, they hit the captain twice, and the best against you is a 21 to hit.
29.
So, yeah, let's roll on the captain. Okay, yeah, he's looking pretty rough now. As these things have started clawing their way into him. So, your turn.
Well, I'm going to flurry at the guys. This might get a little crazy. I get 6 attacks.
You get 6 attacks. I
Okay, I think the lowest value is 23.
Alright, so all of the attacks hit. What's the minimum damage that you do with your attacks, by the way?
Okay, so I do 1d4 bleeding and 17 straight up damage, and then an extra d10.
Okay, I'll just tell you straight up, if you hit one of these twice, you'll kill it.
Note that I have cleaving finish and cleave.
So what's gonna happen is you're gonna go pow pow, kill one, pow pow, kill the other. And then, well, they're 10 feet away.
I
You
could
have-
take a 5-foot step for free, couldn't I?
Yeah. So you'd be able to kill 3 in one round.
All right.
Well, not bad going. Basically, you just punch these things and you just like literally going through them.
Okay. I need to check something, actually. I don't think I have it yet.
Uh,
I know though that if they try to leave, I get a attack opportunity. But I think the next level, I'm going to get the ability. Is it next level or the one after? It's gonna be soon. That if someone tries to do an attack, I still get an attack opportunity.
hmm.
But I don't have that yet.
Uh, so it'll go to the captain's turn, and he's gonna get his set of attacks because before full set of attacks. And wow, that actually does that hit every single time? Yep, yeah, it does. So let's roll damage. Ha! He did terrible. So he basically slashes and cuts the night god, but it's still up. Surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
And because you weren't flanking it, he can't get his sneak attack on it. Bad times. Night Gaunt goes and attacks him back, hitting him once. Wow. Okay, so the captain is starting to look about as rough as you did when you came out of the worm.
My turn, right?
Yes, indeed.
5-foot step flurry.
Well, okay. Roll to hit. I'm just going to assume you've turned this thing into mist.
Well, I crit at least once. Because I rolled a natural 20. So.
Okay, just for funs, let's see if you confirm on the crit and see if you can just one shot it with the crit.
Okay, I rolled a 6 to crit. Would a 21 be a crit?
Yes, it would.
Oh, then I crit. And actually noting, one of my abilities is that if I crit, I actually impale the guy in my hand.
So roll damage.
I'm just going to ask, is there any point considering that I've done 6 plus 17 damage?
Times 2.
Oh, no, sorry. So, because I hit with all my attacks, yeah?
Yeah. I said we're just seeing if you can one shot it.
No, if I can kill it with the crit. Okay, so that's 17 times 2. Then I roll for the 10. 1 second. Which is 30. Oh, 1 second. Okay, I rolled a 4 on the 10, so that would be 21, just the base damage. So we're doubling that. So that would be 42.
Yeah.
Then the bleed damage.
You actually one shotted it with your crit.
Of 4.
Pow! It's dead.
Although the crit was actually in the last attack, so.
It's so dead.
It's so dead.
It was dead way before you killed it again.
Like, there's probably nothing left of that gaunt.
No.
Are gaunts outsiders?
No, they're not. They're monstrous humanoids, but they're extraplanar.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is, their bodies disappear, yes or no?
No.
Right. So I'm going to grab 2 of these. Well, no, 1 of these. And then I'm going to tell the captain, like, look, you need to follow me and we need to talk to the captain of this ship right now.
As you're dragging a god,
Yeah.
night gaunt
I might
Just
be
one?
carrying it on my shoulders. I mean, probably put one there.
So you're dragging. Well, you're carrying a night cont, and you're telling the captain, "Hey, we need to go and talk to the other captain." To figure out what's going on.
No, my guy's going to go like, look, this is past trying to figure it out. This is not going to stop. We need to change plans.
Okay. So, make an
Now,
check.
I'm letting the other guy guide me. I'm not taking him anywhere.
He doesn't know where anything in the ship is.
And why would I know?
Well, you kind of been here for quite a while, even though you were in your room for most of the time.
I'm just gonna look at the other guy and go, you're a captain, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you know where most of the captain quarters are usually located on ships?
He's going to look at you. You know in anime that expression where there's just the empty pupils?
I'm just gonna say, look, I have a terrible sense of direction. I got lost trying to find the infirmary first, so I'm just gonna say, like, look, this is not like, don't put it on me, because it's not going to work.
All right. Well, given that this is a good place to stop, shall we end it here so that you can have the whole exploration trying to convince the captain and whatnot next time?
Sure. All right. Well then, we'll have the next episode probably next week.
Probably next week.
All right.